Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. In this week's Parsha, Parsha Shlach, we find a tremendous lesson in Avodas Hashem. And this is actually in the Sefer Darash Moshe from Rav Moshe Feinstein. We know that in Parsha Shlach, the main event is the story of the Meraglim, where many of the Meraglim, the Nesiim, came back and they didn't have a good report. And there's beautiful explanations of how could they fall so low and be afraid to go into Eretz Yisrael. Chassidus has beautiful explanations. One of the explanations which is given is as long as in the Midbar Hashem takes care of you in Eretz Yisrael, they're going to have to work hard, which is the common explanation. But there's one more detail. In the Midbar, they have a position of leadership because all is going well. Over there in Eretz Yisrael, because people are going to work hard, everybody's going to challenge their position of leadership. And perhaps that's what bugged those Nesiim, even though they were very righteous people, but they were afraid of their position. And one of the Svarim says a beautiful remez. It says that a true Nasi is somebody who doesn't care about himself. And the proof is in the word Nasi. The word Nasi is spelled Nun Sin Yud Aleph, which is really Ein Yesh. This person who is a leader cannot consider himself as a Metzias. If he cares about himself, that's not a true leader. And that's perhaps what they were afraid from going into Eretz Yisrael. So it comes to Kalev. Kalev, and he hears, Yeshua and Kalev hear the 10 other Meraglim saying negative things. So the Pasuk says in Perik Yud Gimel Pasuk Lamed, Vayas Kalev Esa'am El Moshe, and Kalev silenced the people towards Moshe, and he says to them, Olei Nala, yes, we will be able to go up to Eretz Yisrael. Don't worry, we'll inherit Eretz Yisrael. And we know, Chazal tell us that because of Kalev fighting against everybody else, Hashem really appreciated what Kalev did, and he got tremendous, tremendous reward. If you think about it, Kalev really didn't accomplish anything, because the fact is he was fighting against the other 10, and the other 10 convinced everybody to follow them. And that's why, Rachmana litzlan, we were stuck in the Midbar for so long. So what's he getting credit for? He seems to be getting credit for something that didn't accomplish anything. So Rav Moshe Feinstein says, just like in Halacha we find that you're allowed to be Mechalo Shabbos for somebody who's even a Chaye Shah for a temporary extension of life, this Kalev, or anybody who wants to follow in his footsteps, even if your accomplishment will be a temporary accomplishment, as we see by Kalev. Kalev almost got them convinced when he says Vayas Kalev, when the pasuk says Vayas Kalev, and he says follow Moshe Rabbeinu, we're going to do this, we're going to win. At that point, he actually had the Yidden following him, but the Meraglim had to come back, and the pasuk continues after that. Va'anoshim asher olu imoi, no, quieted him down and didn't let anybody to follow. So even though it was a temporary success, don't give up. If you feel that you could even have a moment of success in Yiddishkeit, you have to fight for it. And then the pasuk continues and says that Kalev says, Oloi Nala, we will follow up with him. We're going to go all the way and get this done. So Rashi says, Afilu b'shamayim, we will even go to Shamayim if that's what it takes. Says Rashi, and if he says, build ladders and go Shemayim, we're going to do it. Natzliach b'chol dvar, we'll be successful. Now what's the additional words if he says build ladders? Why not just say, he says climb to the sky? What's the additional word of building ladders? So here too, Rav Moshe Feinstein says, Hashem doesn't say fly to the sky. And if a person comes and says, instant gratification, I'm a total makeover, today I'm going to become, yesterday I had issues, today I'm going completely to the other side. It's not going to happen, poof, automatic. Hashem says, Asu salamis, you at least make a ladder. And when you make a ladder and you take step by step, then you could reach your ultimate goal. But just to think that instantly you're going to go from side to side, that doesn't happen. He wants to see your effort in making at least a ladder, even though it seems to be impossible to climb to the sky.